morning, guys. I wanted to do a hair tutorial today on kind of making bedhead look like something in the morning. My hair doesn't look horrible, but I definitely won't go out like this because it won't look like this by the end of the day. So I only have a few minutes to do it, so I wanted to just kind of take you through the steps that it takes me to get it to look like something. I'm not going to use a ton of heat. I'm gonna blow it out, and I'm going to straighten my bangs, but I'm not going to recurl or do anything like that because I just don't have any time. So firstly, I'm going to brush it out real fast. Okay, and I'm going to do my bangs fast. I'm just going to pin back the rest of my hair so I can just focus on this area up here. So I have a little bit of a thicker bang. It's not super thick, but it's thick enough. So I blow dry my bangs the opposite direction they're supposed to go because it gives it a little bit more body for me. And just blow drying them to give them a little bit more shape. Noticing my hair is a little bit oily this morning. This is like 3 or 4 days of no washing my hair, and so when I feel like my hair is a little bit oily, I will use a dry shampoo in my hair. I have a couple of different options for me. My preference is Kenra's Platinum Care. It's their color care line. It's a little bit expensive retail. I think it's around like mid-20s, but for my hair it's the best. It doesn't leave a residue at all, so people with dark hair, this should be your dry shampoo because it doesn't leave hardly any residue. I can kind of show you. So this is what, I mean, you can't even see it. So it sprays on my hand pretty clear and will dry pretty clear as well, and I'll show you in just a second. If you want to compare, I actually have Suave, which I really like. For blondies, this is great because if you have a little bit of a root, it's actually going to powder up your root so it lightens it a little bit, so it kind of gives you a little bit more time on your roots. So I will show you what this looks like on my other hand. It goes on clear, but don't let it deceive you. In a minute, it's going to be white, white, white. So here is the Kenra. No residue, like can't really even see it at all. And maybe I should shake it up. All right, we'll give that a second, but I'm going to go ahead and spray the Kenra in my hair real fast. You kind of have to shake as you go. I'm going to do my whole head. Kind of livens it up, and also not only does it liven up your roots and make them not greasy, it gives it a lot of volume. So okay, well, this is kind of processing. You really can't see it too much. So you see how powdery that gets, and that powder you can definitely see on dark roots. So for people who have really dark hair, wouldn't recommend Suave. Even though it's inexpensive, it's just going to make your hair look kind of ashy looking, so you wouldn't want to do that. And then here's Kenra. No residue. Residue for sure. And it's like coming off on my hand, so it's very powdery. But I like it. It's kind of got a really fruity smell. A little over fruity, the Suave does, but the Kenra has a really nice, like, tropical, like coconutty smell. So it's really, I really like it a lot. So I'm gonna go ahead and brush through it, just to kind of distribute the product. Okay. So I'm going to go back to doing my bangs. Sorry, I had to do my shampoo. Section off my bangs to flat iron them. Yesterday they were kind of rounded, and my husband came home and he was like, oh, your bangs look interesting. So needless to say, I will be straightening them today, so he actually likes them. So I like to give a little bit of roundness at the root and then straighten at the end. This is not really working out here. There we go. For these side pieces right here, I'm going to do them over this way. Okay, I have a little bit of a bang over here, so I like to flat iron that as well. Things are done. Now today I'm going to go ahead and put it in a side braid. So when my hair is kind of bedhead hair and I don't have a lot of time, I have a client in a couple of minutes, so I need to get my hair done fast. I'm going to do a little teasing here at the root. I know everybody has their opinion on teasing, but for my hair, it works really well. I have some shorter layers here, so I like to do it on the side so that they don't fall out of my braid, because they're not going to reach all the way around. Teasing. Kind of hard to see with that light. I'm gonna gather up all my hair. Kind of a brush through it there. There's a couple of kinks in my ponytail last night, so I'm gonna just flat iron through them. Plus when I tease, it gives me a little bit of height back here. Gives you something to look at. And of course, I've lost my rubber band. Where'd you go? So to tie off my braid, I'm just going to use one of these little, it's actually one of my little girl's hair bands, but I use them all the time as well. So, alright, so I'm going to section off my hair, my pony, into 3 sections. I'm just going to do a pretty basic braid. I want to try and make sure, especially since I have long hair, that each of the sections are pretty equal. So I'm going to go ahead and start braiding that. Here's my little tie. Kind of a messy braid, but that's alright. Doesn't have to be anything special. So this is a pretty thin braid. I have fine hair, but I have a lot of it, so I like to make it look a little bit fuller. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to take the braid, I'm going to pull it apart like this, and it's going to really look like I have a thicker braid. Sometimes I'll tease the braid a little bit to give it an even messier look, but today I'm not going to do that. I'm going to do a little bit more flat ironing on my bang. There you have it. I'm all done. So thank you so much for watching, and I'll see you next time.